Hello, it's Jon Modene at RE/MAX Masters. I want to thank you for watching my real estate blog at ToledoRealEstateBlog.com. And there are a lot of things hurting home sales right now. We could talk about political. We could talk about the Fed. We could talk about what's going on in Washington, D.C. We could talk about the shortage of homes. I think let's talk about that. And here, let's drill it down. I want to ignore all of them except a component of the shortage of homes. And here's what happens. A seller will say to me at the kitchen table, John, I want to move. We want to sell our home, but we don't want to put our home on the market because we can't find our next home. And this is a real fear. It's a valid fear, a huge fear. And here's what I want you to know about this issue. Number one, in this market, we can often accept an offer contingent on your sale occurring only if you find that next home. This is called a reverse contingency. You're like, what? What? A reverse contingency? Why in the world would a buyer accept a reverse contingency on the sale of my home? Well, in this market, there is still such a shortage of great home inventory for sale that if your home is priced right and it's in great condition and it's a wonderful home, the right buyer will accept this condition and put you in the driver's seat, buckle you in, shut your door, and say, please, take us for a ride. This happens. I've done it recently many times. Now, this is not going to happen with the wrong buyer. A buyer driving in or flying in to transfer into Northwest Ohio won't do it, but a local buyer, maybe someone who's renting or doesn't need to sell their home, will do this, and it's wonderful when it happens. Number two, in Northwest Ohio, just like every other market, we have the normal 30 days plus to get to closing. And then in Northwest Ohio, in this quadrant of the state, we have something wonderful. We get something the rest of the real estate world outside of, at least in the state of Ohio, has been befuddled by for decades. The 30-day seller delayed possession after closing. And people have flown in here, transferred in here. We've had to argue with them, trying to educate them. They said, what, you're crazy? I'm gonna let the seller live in the house for 30 days after I own it. They'll fly in here from Texas and Illinois and Minnesota and say, you're crazy. I'm not going to do that. Well, they all end up doing it because then they realize we've always done it that way, and they'll get to do it when they leave and sell the house. Well, now, suddenly in this market, it's gold. It's gold. If you ever watch Seinfeld, it's gold, Jerry. We can almost negotiate 60 days plus for you to live in your house after you accept an offer. Now, think about this. With the normal time to get appraisal and underwriting and closing plugged in, plus 30 days to live rent-free after the closing, you've got 1/6 of a year to find your next house. You got 2 months. I recently negotiated a sale where my seller had 60 days contractually after closing to live in their home. So we had 90 days after we negotiated the accepted offer. In escrow closing markets, these time frames to find a home are impossible. But in Northwest Ohio, we have been doing this and easily have the rules, the contracts, the mechanisms, the mores in place to do so. And these techniques are designed to help sellers make one move if they're staying here without the expense of a double move. If a seller's moving to a new market, not really that important. They just move. If a seller's moving to a rental property, not really important. They just move and rent. Or if a seller is moving to a new build, new construction, not really that important. We don't need them since either a double move is anticipated or is not a problem. It's going to happen. But more and more of my clients, in fact, are selling without the concern of where they're going. We're using these tools, and they're selling because of the amazing valuation numbers we're pulling out of their homes right now. Numbers they never thought they'd get. Single family residential home prices are increasing apace. They're not slowing down. The velocity and pace of the price increases in Northwest Ohio is amazing. So call or contact me for your home value and your home price today, or sign up today for my home bot service. The button is right below this video. And as always, feel free to reach out to me direct at 466sold.com or call me at, coincidentally, 419-466-SOLD. I'd love to talk to you, and I love hearing your feedback on a topic you want to hear on the next video. Thanks.